Folks, it's Jake from Metalwani and I have Sven from Aborted. Sven, how you going?
Hey man, what's up? How's it going?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. How about you?
Not too bad. I just woke up and started talking to a lot of Australians, so I'm very, very confused right now.
Yeah, it would be nice and early over there at the moment, and that's probably a good lead into the first questions. Aborted are coming back down to Australia for the first tour, I think, since 2014, I think it is. So how does it feel to be coming back?
It feels great, except for the fucking flight over. I'm super excited. It should be great. I mean, last time was a lot of fun. We met a lot of great people. We just toured also the US again with a bunch of Australian bands. We had Necrotic and Disentomb out with us in the States, and it was a really good time. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys again, and of course all the crazy fucking cunts in Australia.
Yeah, and it's actually really good that you mentioned that the US tour, because Australia sort of always has been a really good market for the Aborted, and as you mentioned last time you guys came down, you did have Necrotic do the tour with you, so that was good as well. But this time you're coming down with Black Dahlia Murder, so it must be good to be coming back with such great company.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, they're good friends of ours. We've toured with them a few times, and we haven't seen them in quite a while. So it'll be awesome to catch up and play these shows. Yeah, it should be awesome.
Yeah, cool. And this time around, I know last time you did a fair few shows. I think you hit a few of the regional centres as well. But this time around, you guys are performing at the New Dead Metal Fest in Adelaide, as well as making what I believe to be your first appearance in Perth. I could be wrong there, but how does it feel to be hitting one of Australia's largest underground festivals and also cities that don't normally get tours?
To get to Perth, we actually played once ages ago, I think in 2008 when we did the Summer Slaughter Australia that actually played Perth. But we haven't been back there since, so it's been quite a while. I'm not super familiar with the festival in Adelaide since, well, I'm not from Australia, so I don't really know all the things that are happening. But I think it's really cool that we're doing more shows than just the major cities. Because that way you get to see more of the country, you get to experience more of the people, and I think it's really cool for people too that they, if they want to see a band, that they don't have to travel a bazillion hours, take 5 flights, and kill 2 rattlesnakes to come to the show.
Yeah, and it's really good that you guys are getting over to Perth, because they've been a city that's been missing out on a lot of tours lately just because of the location. I mean, a lot of people don't realise that for most of the East Coast cities it's about a 5-hour flight to get there, so it's not a really small trip. So it's good that you're able to make it over there and play a show over there.
Yeah, man, we're very excited. It's been a long time, so let's see what Perth got.
Yeah, so this time around you're actually coming down armed with the new album TerrorVision, which I believe is actually releasing the day that this tour starts. So did you ever think at any point during your career that you'd be premiering new material in Australia?
Well, it's actually really funny because when we released Necrotic Manifesto, it also got released when we were in Australia. I mean, we got released like a couple of weeks before, but it was literally like the first tour for Necrotic Manifesto was actually in Australia. So that was pretty funny. So I guess history repeats itself, only now it's actually the release day is when we get to Australia. But I think we're very excited. We're gonna try to play a couple of new songs, so hopefully people like it. Yeah. Otherwise, just throw like Lord of the Fries at us. It's cool. Just do that if you don't like it.
Yeah.
If you like it, throw Lord of the Fries at us too. Cool.
We don't have Lord of the Fries up here in Queensland that I'm aware of, so I don't know how we'll be able to make that happen for you. We'll figure something out.
Yes, just the equivalent, I guess. Or throw burritos. Throw food. It's cool.
Now, on to TerrorVision. So it's 11 tracks long. It's filled with the same intensity as the Necrotic Manifesto and Retrogore. But what can you tell us about the album that fans might not already know?
Well, first of all, it's new. It's got a different title, but it's exactly the same thing. Not really. It's I guess TerrorVision takes off where Retrogore ended in the way that we're furthermore exploring what I like to call the aborted dark universe, which is not melody might not be the exact right term for it, but where we explore different textures and a dark vibe to the songs, which takes you to different places than we did before. And to me, these changes, be it in tempo or notes and riffs, further accentuate the extremity of the other parts. So I think it's a lot more varied and it's a lot more balanced, and there's a lot of new shit to discover, both musically and vocally for people.
Yeah.
And also, there's no songs about shit, which I realized once we finished tracking, and I'm very sad and disappointed in myself.
Yeah, look, and that's actually a really good response leading into one of my next questions, because there does seem to be, and as you mentioned, you want to sort of shy away from using the term melody or melodic, but there is more of, I guess, an ambient melodic side to the album, as you mentioned, through those tempo shifts and that sort of thing. And tracks like Squalor Opera and Exquisite Cavernous Drama really embrace the guitar in particular sections. It sort of seems a little bit different to what the band has done previously. So is it difficult to try and work some of those elements into what's previously been known as such fast-paced tracks from the band?
Yes and no. I think we were very consciously looking to do that. So, because we wanted to do something different, but we also wanted to have the feeling that it adds something and it makes the record better than what it would be without it. So, to us, there's no point in releasing a new album if it's not at least as good or better than the previous one. And there's no point in repeating yourself either. So, I think within the boundaries of what we can do, we managed to add these things, and for sure, it took. I mean, we wrote like a year and a half on the record, and some of the songs, like, I'm not kidding, Exquisite Cavernous Drama went through like 20 drafts to get to where it is now. So we definitely explored and tried a lot of different things until we were very happy with everything. So it definitely was a lot of work.
Yeah, so I guess you could sort of say that it's a lot of trial and error when it comes down to writing the tracks for the Aborted and sort of picking what goes on the album then.
Yeah. I mean, even that, there's 11 tracks on the record, but I think we recorded 15. And we have 4 songs that we're very happy with that are done as well. But we didn't want to make a 65-minute record because nobody's got the attention span for 65 minutes of that kind of shit. So we decided to split it up and have another repeat that'll, I guess, come out somewhere next year or whatever.
Yeah. So how difficult do you think it is trying to collate an album now that you've got members from that are geographically dispersed? So this is a question that I've been asking a lot of bands lately, because it seems like a lot of bands are increasingly going for picking the right members to fill the right role, but they're scattered all over the world. So how difficult is it when it comes to writing and recording and that sort of thing?
Are those fucking cunts copying this? What the fuck? I think you just answered the question yourself. I mean, we've been picking the right members for the band, and I think having the right person is a lot more important than geographic location. So when you have the right people working together, it works a lot more organic and better than it does even if you all live in the same city and you can't agree on shit or it doesn't work together. It doesn't work together. When you have people that have a good osmosis and that are all on the same page and have the same goals and are like family together, then of course you're going to have arguments when you do shit like writing songs or whatever, but it's going to be a lot more beneficiary than you just have a bunch of fucking dudes that are there for a paycheck or whatever, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. So, where did the name TerrorVision come from?
Oh, well, it's got several layers to it. First of all, to me, it's like a vision of hell on earth, a representation of Dante's Inferno. Second of all, for me, it's a wordplay on television, TerrorVision, because the last years we've been bombarded with terror everywhere, fucking terror in the media, everywhere. Like, people are constantly made aware that they should be afraid of terror and terrorists and this and that, and all our attention goes to these issues that we have very little control of and that we fuel by constantly being put in the media and given attention to. Well, these exact same things would have a lot less impact in our life if they would be given, less attention. Like, for example, there would be, let's say, a terror attack. Media just puts, some crazy guy did some fucked up shit, and it's classified as such, and it's forgotten and done with. Well, when you promote terror, so to speak, you give power to those organizations. So, in a way, TerrorVision for me is my way of saying that the media is represented in the Aborted universe as like it's an 80s horror movie, and the media is some sort of demonic entity playing puppeteer to everyone on the planet by, pushing their agenda and whatnot. Because, let's be honest, this should be an awesome time to be alive. Everything is readily available, effortless, but we live in a time where there's never been more fucked up shit happening, and there's never been more depression, burnouts, and psychological problems, and, you start to wonder, why the fuck is that,
Yeah, cool.
So there's that, and then, of course, it also comes from the 80s horror movie TerrorVision. Because it's about an interdimensional alien that comes to Earth to kill everybody except metalheads, because metalheads are cool.
And that's where I thought it had come from. So, two final questions for you, Sven. So, you guys released a film clip for Squalor Opera a little over a month ago. You did the lyric video for TerrorVision a little over a week ago. Can we expect anything more to drop between now and when the album launches at the end of September?
Yeah, I'm about to drop a big ass shit in my toilet when this is over, but other than that, there's a new video coming for Vespertine Decay that should be released by the end of this month. There's a couple of drum playthroughs, guitar playthroughs coming. We have the Australian tour, New Zealand, we're doing Europe, UK. And I think right before the European tour, we're going to shoot another video. I don't know for what song yet, but there will be another video as well. So there should be plenty of delightful stuff coming.
Yeah, cool. Final one for you. So you guys have always had a real interesting outlook on merchandise, often offering unique items. And the one that comes to mind for me is one that I actually own, which is an Xbox controller custom skin. So do you have any interesting or unique merch ideas planned to go along with TerrorVision?
Yeah, we actually did a collector bundle, which was basically the Aborted Slumber Party Massacre survival kit. It's the album with bonus tracks. It's got an aborted flashlight. It's got aborted popcorn, a fleece blanket with the album artwork on it, and a whole bunch of shirts and shit. So it's basically all you need to camp out in your fucking house and watch horror movies.
Nice, very nice. Sven, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you when you come down to Australia at the end of September.
Right on, man. See you there.